All right, so to quickly summarize, we got started with an understanding of the DevOps philosophy. So to understand why DevOps was required, think of two different teams who are working on the same product, but उन दोनों में नगा नगा टका टका मारपीट चल रही है. The development team has an application software. They give it to the operations team who actually interact with the users and they come back with the feedback. जब तक वो application चल रही है और वो feedback नहीं आ रहा है तब तक development team बैठ के मक्खियां मार रही है. So there is this whole disconnect, and to bridge this disconnect was the concept of DevOps introduced, so that development and operations can work together to make sure that code is consistently deployed, code is consistently tested, and the feedback and the observations that they have from the application running in production are sent in real time to the development team. Then we went through the toolkit that DevOps provides. We saw through a lot of tools like GitLab, GitHub, Jenkins, TeamCity. We just saw an example of how Netlify functions. Then there is Docker and Kubernetes. So all of these tools are used to implement DevOps. Then we got an understanding of what is CI/CD. CI stands for continuous integration, meaning that it allows you to add code in real time into an application's main source code, and automated tests are run on it so that it does not break any of the existing flows. Continuous delivery or continuous deployment means that this code is released in small iterations out to the user. So if there is any rollback that needs to happen, it can be done immediately. We understood about monitoring and logging. Monitoring means it tracks the application's metrics, that what is the load on the database, what is the load on the APIs, what is the load on the services that is being used, and if that can be optimized by the development team. And finally, I gave you a quick hands-on of how I configured my blog repository to incorporate CI/CD so that any changes I made could be deployed in real time, so that I do not have to follow through all of those stages manually. A task for you guys would be that there is this link to a blog post that I have written on in creation of a CI/CD pipeline using GitHub Actions and Netlify. We'll be sharing the slide deck with you. So please do make sure that you go through this. It has the step-by-step instruction on how you can set up and customize the CI/CD pipeline for you, so that you will be able to, for any repository that you have, you will be able to make sure that as soon as your PR is merged, a lot of tests are run and your code automatically goes live. There are a few references that are associated. So there is this Atlassian link that has a brief on a lot of the theory on which DevOps is based. So that is something that I request you guys to refer to. We also have a course on Linux for DevOps engineers. So a lot of the tools that I mentioned here, right? Jenkins, cloud providers, a lot of those are based on Linux. Linux is an operating system like Windows. So it's either Linux or Ubuntu or Fedora or any of the Ubuntu ecosystem. The logging and checking the console output and all is based on Linux. So it is equally important for you guys to know how that to know the syntax of Linux so that you are able to customize it better. So there is this course by LearnTube.ai. I would request you all guys to please go out and check that out.